The title is The 5 Tips for Successful Trading. There are heaps of individuals who try to become gainful dealers in the present market condition. Numerous individuals who come to exchange stocks, alternatives, and different protections are pulled into the capability of raking in a ton of cash, be that as it may. Frequently, don't know about stuff to have the option to bring in cash reliably, position yourself to make fortune benefits, and at the same time doing this while shielding your record from over-the-top or potentially pointless misfortunes. Fortunately, there is an abundance of assets to support you, yet the awful news is that regularly a starting dealer doesn't have the foggiest idea where to begin. It is the focal point of this article to provide you guidance on what regions to center your endeavors into to improve and exchange effectively. The initial step is to concentrate on learning the language of the business. Realize what a stop limit request is or what a handle signifies and how they identify with your exchanging. In the event that you run into a term that you don't see, simply Google it. At that point, study the importance. It is very difficult for you to realize what an article is stating or a veteran merchant is discussing in the event that you don't have the foggiest idea about the fundamental terms of stock requests, choice definitions, or how the fates advertise works in the event that you ever plan to exchange them. The subsequent advance is to learn as the means by which to peruse value activity. Value activity is fundamentally the language of a stock or a given market. It mentions to you what the stock or market has done and is probably going to do once more. Expertise to peruse inclines on a diagram. Is the stock in a drawn-out bullish pattern? Are oil costs in a transitional bear advertise? Is there proof of a potential pattern change in oil fates from a middle-of-the-road bear market to a drawn-out positively trending market? Figure out how to peruse value activity, and it will make you rich. The third means to fruitful exchanging is figuring out how to control your hazard. Pretty much every effective merchant that has endured long haul and brought in cash long haul realizes how to control his hazard to the business sectors. I for one realize an expert fence stock investment supervisor that was short the German imprint when the Berlin Wall descended, however made do to make record returns on his supports that year. A similar dealer was long the Dow fates when the 9/11 fear-based oppressor assaults occurred and proceeded to beat the profits on the S&P 500 that year. I was buy long a ton of oil and treatment facility stocks when Hurricane Rita hit Texas, however despite the fact that everything brought in cash as those stocks dove since I realized how to deal with my exchanges. Figure out how to evaluate and control hazard and you will expand your chances in turning into an ace merchant. The fourth step is having an edge when you exchange. An edge in exchanging is whatever gives you a bit of leeway in exchanging. The more edges you can have, the better possibilities you need to make exceptional benefits. An edge can be unrivaled graph understanding abilities, fruitful stock determination, cash the executives, and so on. I am aware of a popular and effective stockbroker that utilization the 3 edges I just wrote to take a $11,000 stock record and made $48 million in 23 months. He has been met in practically all major money-related distributions and has established a world precedent in the best returns to the briefest time class. Study the incredible merchants and you will get a brief look at the edges they used to become exchanging legends. The fifth step is having a mental control, an enthusiastic parity. The greater part of exchanging is mental. You can give to brokers the equivalent precise exchanging framework for stocks, fates, or alternatives at the same time. Perpetually, they will wind up with various outcomes. Why? Their mental and passionate states may not bolster them in being effective with framework they were given. One broker may encounter apprehension and tension which makes him leave his exchanges to write on time, dither in taking section signals, or taking benefits too soon and missing the huge moves. The other dealer may have the order and control to accept each exchange as it accompanies no different center other than to follow the framework, as it should realize that the misfortunes he may encounter are simply part of the game, and that he will make his most noteworthy benefits after some time utilizing this framework. As I would like to think, figure out how to utilize your psychological order and enthusiastic control to help you in turning into a fruitful dealer and not neutralize you. These 5 stages that have been delineated will go far in helping you become increasingly able and beneficial. In time, you might need to return and start with the nuts and bolts of this exercise to maintain your spotlight and assist you with remaining on the way of being the best merchant that you can be. Great exchanging!